My reading of history is very, very clear that if there's a crisis, you want some silver, you want some gold.
Right.
You want to go in the closet and get out the silver. You want to crawl under the bed and find the gold. I mean, this has always happened. So silver and gold, whether we like it or not, have always been considered valuable by the world, and they probably always will. So that's one reason I own silver and gold. Well, I want to go to the big picture, and I'll use America since it's the largest market in the world. The American stock market has been going up since 2008. That's the longest in American history. Never in American history have things done so well for so long. So I am extremely worried. It may never happen. Maybe nothing bad will ever happen again in America, but I doubt it. So I have sold my American shares because I'm worried that hard times are coming. And when they come, they will probably be very bad because the debt is so very, very high in America now. The debt has gone up enormously, so I'm worried. I'm worried about the United States. Politicians love easy answers. If you have easy answers, politicians everywhere in the world will love them. In America, they think that in Washington, they think that lowering interest rates is the answer to everything. Now, interest rates in the U.S. are among the lowest they've ever been in American history. And when things go wrong, they'll lower interest rates again. Is that good for you and me? No. Is it good for the world? No. But that's all they know, and so that's what they will do. I would suspect that we will see interest rates go lower again in the U.S., and that's one reason I have sold my American shares, because it is not good for America. We've had high inflation, the highest ever. We have interest rates very low on a historic basis, and I mean, we all want easy answers. I want easy answers. We all want to be rich fast. Everybody wants to be rich fast, but you have to be careful sometimes. Well, I own a lot of US dollars, not because it's a sound currency. The US is the largest debtor nation in the history of the world, and the debt gets worse every day. But when hard times comes, when turmoil comes, most people in the world look for a safe haven. And for many people, they think the US dollar is a safe haven. So that's why I own it. What will happen is when we have a problem, the dollar will go higher as people look for a safe haven. I hope I'm smart enough to sell if that happens, when that happens. Now, what you should ask me now is, and where will you put the money?
Okay.
That's a very good question. I own gold, I own silver, but I need a currency, and I don't know yet what new currency will compete with the US dollar. I am looking for the replacement or the competitor to the US dollar, and I don't know what it is yet. Whatever happens, for hundreds of years, silver and gold have been considered a store of value in most parts of the world. Most of the world has used silver as coins. The United States, when it was established, it was a silver standard. The first currency was backed by silver for 100 years. So silver, Jesus Christ was sold for 30 pieces of silver, not for gold, because silver was mainly the money in that part of the world then. So silver and gold, whether we like it or not, have always been considered valuable by the world, and they probably always will. So that's one reason I own silver and gold, and why I hope I'm smart enough to buy more. Now, there are people in the world who say we should go to a gold standard again or to a silver standard again. But whatever happens, silver and gold will be useful. When things are bad, you should have some gold under the bed. You should have some silver in the closet because they will help save you. I have been around a long time, and I cannot tell you how many ideas I have heard, how many theories, how many salvations, which will save us all. Who knows? But I do know that for the last few hundred years, if you have some silver, you're probably better off. If you have some gold, you're probably better off, whether we like it or not. Now, today you cannot go down to the grocery store and buy a loaf of bread with silver. But if you have some silver, it will be useful. If you need some bread, I assure you it will be useful. And I mean, I hate to keep saying all this, but I have been buying silver for over 50 years and gold for over 50 years. And I don't plan to ever sell my gold. Mm-hmm. My wife asked me the other day, when can she sell the gold? I said, you cannot. We own the silver and gold forever. And when there's a crisis, we have the silver and the gold. Maybe she will sell it then, if I'm dead and gone. But my reading of history is very, very clear that if there's a crisis, you want some silver, you want some gold. Right. You want to go in the closet and get out the silver. You want to crawl under the bed and find the gold. I mean, this has always happened. Now, of course, there are very long periods when nothing happens. Mm-hmm. But that's okay, because when something happens, you want to have your silver, and I want to have my silver and my gold. Well, yes. Now, if you are a very good trader and speculator, you can make a fortune buying silver and gold at the right price. You buy it here, you sell it here, you get very rich. That is not my approach with silver and gold. Yes, I want to get rich. We all want to be rich. But my silver and gold is there for if and when. When it's time, it's too late to buy silver. If there's a crisis out there in the street, it's too late to buy gold. It's too late to buy silver. You have to already have it. Now, yes, that means you have an asset that might do nothing for a while, except sit in the closet. Mm-hmm. Don't worry. That's a good problem to have. At least I consider that a good problem to have. What is driving gold price? Mm-hmm. Look out the window. There's chaos coming. There are huge debt problems in many parts of the world, and the debt problems everywhere are getting worse. Yeah. And there's money printing everywhere in the world, or nearly everywhere in the world, and the money printing is getting easier. Politicians love money printing. It's very easy. They love the easy answer. Yes. So they print money. Whenever there's a question, the answer is print money, print more money. And that's always going to be the case. Not in every country necessarily, but when they print money here, it affects everybody because there's so much more money circulating in the world. So, I mean, listen, I own gold, I own silver, I always have. I told my wife, I'm not going to sell it, I'm just going to buy more. She wants to sell it, she's a good trader. She wants to sell it, she sees it's up. I'm not selling. You go back and read as much history as you want to. We have always had financial crises, not every week, not every month, but the world has always had financial crises. Mm-hmm. They recur. They have recurred everywhere. And yes, in Washington they say, don't worry, we know what we're doing now. We have solved the problem. I hope you're smart enough not to believe them. The world The world has always had financial crises
Right.
since the beginning of time. And we're going to have more because human beings make mistakes. Human beings get greedy. Human beings do strange things. They always have. Now, in Washington, they'll say, not anymore. Now we're different. We know.
Yeah.
It's always happened, no matter where you are. Whether it was Britain 100 years ago, France 200, it doesn't matter.
Right.
People have always made mistakes, and they always get greedy. Everybody gets greedy. So it's going to happen again. Don't worry. What will happen is you'll turn on the TV one night and they'll ring a bell. And they'll say, this is it. Get ready. Go buy your silver. No, they never ring a bell. They never let us know in advance. But when it comes, it's too late. I'm going to say it's so simple. It's simple because it's happened many, many times.
Right.
Throughout history, all over the world. Not just Singapore, not just America, Germany, Japan, everywhere. When this problem comes, it's too late. When it's too late, the price is also going. If you can buy it, if you can buy it, the price is very, very high. So you better buy your silver now. At least I am buying my silver now. I own silver and gold. I've owned them for decades. I've never sold any.
Yeah.
I give them to friends sometimes or family, but I don't buy my silver to speculate. I buy it to own because I know that it's going to save me. My silver's been going up since I first started buying for many years. Silver's up a lot. When I first bought silver, it was $1.29. You can't even think that low. It's very, very low. Now, of course, it's over 30 US dollars. And if you ask me, it's going to go higher. But I'm not giving investment advice.
Of course.
I'm giving advice about life. You should own silver and you should own gold. Well, I've been around longer than you. I will tell you there's no such word as safe when you're talking about investing or about assets. No such thing is safe. Nothing is safe, as you will find out someday. I do own a lot of things like gold and silver, and I hope that I can keep them protected and hidden or safe, because when there's a problem, I had rather have gold and silver than most things I can think of. Sure, bananas are great. I'd rather have silver, Yes, if you have bananas in a crisis, you're better than most people. But if you have silver, you're better still. You keep the bananas and give me the silver. But when we have these recurring crises, everybody cares and everybody learns. But this is not the first time this has happened. There will come a time when you will go downstairs and open the door, and there'll be hundreds of people lined up because they want to buy some silver. And they know you have some silver and some gold. And they will all be here ready to buy your silver. Right now, if you went to most people in the world and said, oh, well, we deal in silver, who cares? What's silver?
Right.
But when the time comes, you'll be the richest person in Singapore. I have my silver and I want some more. I would certainly buy more silver. And I have learned, as you have, it's better to buy your silver when nobody cares. It was in 1971, and up until that time in America, the price of silver, where I was in America, where I was living, the price of gold and silver were fixed by the government. It was illegal to buy gold. It's actually illegal for Americans to buy gold at one time. It's legal now. And silver. Everything was controlled and fixed by the U.S. government, since I'm American. And nobody cared. And for whatever reason, well, I know the reason. The government had fixed the price of gold and silver in the 30s for many reasons. And so if the price of silver is fixed, there's not much incentive to produce silver because you can't make any money. I mean, let's say you have a silver mine and you produce silver and you go to sell it, but the price is fixed at a crazy price set by the government. I actually remember to this day when the U.S. government started releasing or unbundling the price of silver. They said, we will let the market decide the price of silver. I remember when that happened, nobody cared. But some old guy told me, and he told me that the price of silver had to go up because I figured it out. I mean, nobody had been producing silver. If you couldn't get a profit producing silver, why would you produce silver? You know, you would buy stocks or something. So when that started happening, and for whatever reason, I guess because the guy told me, I started watching the price of silver, $1.29 US cents per ounce in those days. I mean, as you know, it's now $34, 34, not one, 34, because the price of silver has gone up. And that happened because nobody produced silver when it was so cheap, when the price was set. And then the demand came in because people were worried about the currency and the money, and the price went up. Same happened with gold. But this is basic economics, which people have been doing for hundreds of years. Right. And the price of silver and gold will go much higher because they're still artificially low priced. And it's not wildly profitable for most people to produce gold and silver. It's better now. It's better to be a silver miner now than a banana farmer. But the United States, I'll use the U.S. again, it's a gigantic debtor. You know, 50 years ago, the U.S. was a creditor nation, still a creditor nation. Now it's the largest debtor nation in the history of the world, and the debt's getting higher and higher every day, and nobody's doing anything about it. I'm sitting here talking about it. Who cares? But nobody's solving the problem.